Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your screen you see the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41mm reference 124300. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications. Last year in September, in the early September days, I was able to put a video online that meanwhile has almost 226,000 views about the novelties Rolex presented in September last year. I was able to show you those new Oyster Perpetual watches in the two sizes, 36 and 41mm, with those really cool, for me, really cool colored dials. If you have seen the video already, you know it. All of a sudden, when I the first time saw the watch, fell literally in love with the one with the yellow dial, and it had to be the 41mm. And then I ordered the watch. Yes, I ordered it, and I had to wait for more than 1 year to get it. And finally, a couple of days ago, my Rolex dealer in Vienna, Schulin Uhren im Loshaus. So if you ever come to Vienna, don't miss to pass by and have a look and say hello to them. That's really a Rolex boutique where you are treated as a king. Yeah, I can promise you. And I'm so happy to present you a review I'm doing of a watch that is mine now. I paid the regular price of 5,550 euro. No additional extra, nothing, zero. Of course not. I would never ever buy a Rolex for an overprice. I can't understand anyone doing this, but okay, that's another story, and I've been articulating this quite often already on our channel. So 5,550 euro is the official price, and now let me introduce you this Oyster Perpetual 31mm in all its details. The case diameter, as I already mentioned before, is 41mm, 41. And once again, for all of you being scared now that I might scratch my watch, of course I'm not going to do this. This is a plastic pointer, and I will mention in the description of the video if you are interested to buy such a pointer where you can get it. It's from a supplier called Bergeon in Switzerland. You can order it there if you want. Okay, the thickness I have been measuring is 11mm. The stainless steel Oystersteel case has a twin lock screw down crown and is waterproof up to 100 meters. So bringing the watch in the good position to show you the lug to lug distance, or what is the lug to lug distance. So the lug to lug distance is the distance from one lug end to the other lug end, and I have been measuring 47mm. So the watch really sits perfectly on my wrist. Yeah, discussions now can start. Is this too much? Oh, is it too big? I don't care. I like it. I really enjoy wearing big watches, and if they are not perfectly fitting my wrist, I don't care, because I simply like big watches. The aperture of the dial is 34mm. Been measuring here along from the indexes from 9 to 3 o'clock, it's 34mm. The watch features a sapphire crystal that has an anti-reflective treatment underneath. You know, Rolex is not treating the glasses on the outside to guarantee that there is no scratching with the anti-reflective treatment. And yeah, as long there is no quality delivered to the market where you can treat an outside and you will not scratch it, Rolex is not going to do it. So anti-reflective treatment underneath. Also interesting for you is how is that Oyster bracelet tapering in between the lug. Been measuring 21mm, 21, and it is tapering down to the folding clasp. And here I've been measuring 16mm, so it's tapering down to 16mm. No see-through case back, as we always have it with a Rolex watch. So what's underneath or in between the dial and the case back? It is the latest generation of Rolex Calibres, the 3230 that was presented in 2020. It is the latest generation, absolutely accurate from -2 to +2 seconds. So as you all know, Rolex watches go through COSC first, and then they are of course tested in-house to become a superlative chronometer. COSC makes them a chronometer, and the Rolex in-house testing makes them a superlative chronometer, and we can all clearly see this noted under Rolex dials for centuries, almost now. I'm kidding, for many, many years. Yeah, superlative chronometer, -2 +2 seconds, 70 hours of power reserve. The watch features the latest generation of escapement, the Chrono G escapement with a blue parachron hairspring that is pretty, yeah, very unsensitive to magnetic fields. So Rolex is not communicating any figures about anti-magnetism, but I am sure that these watches are able to take thousands of Gauss already today. The Oyster Bracelet features some links you may screw in, screw out, half links and full links. And on top you have, it's now in your picture, in the center of your picture, the so-called Easy Link 5mm comfort extension link. That's here, that little part. And I will now show you, so you can either swap it to the one side or to the other side, and depending on which side you are fixing it in the clasp, you either lose or gain 5mm. It's closed now, you see clearly. Then I push, it opens up. Yep, now it opened up, and look, and now you can get to the other sense, click it in, and then you have those 5mm you can use to adjust if necessary. A typical Rolex folding clasp, yes, nicely done, massively manufactured, and a solid, really solid click when you close it. Doesn't sound cheap at all. And yeah, the Oyster Bracelet, there is no need to introduce anything. It is completely brushed on the surface. The entire watch is brushed, but has a polished bezel. We can clearly see this. That of course is also a magnet for fingerprints. And yeah, you want, whenever you touch it, there are, yeah, it's not clean anymore. And the flanks, you see here, the flanks are as well polished and done in an absolutely gorgeous way. So there are no distortions whenever you turn and move the watch in a camera or in front of you. You will have no distortions. The reflections or what is mirroring in the flanks will always be without any distortion. So that's really the art of case making. Also from the side where the crown is, you have that incredible finishing of the flanks. Some of you might have already noticed that when the crown is screwed in completely, yeah, unfortunately, the Rolex crown is not perfectly aligned. Yeah, this could be something Rolex could in the future work on, how to screw in these crowns and then to perfectly line them. You see now the crown, yep, it's misaligned, and okay, it's nothing, it's really disturbing me, or it's in theory don't even worth to be mentioned, but for aesthetical reasons, and some of you probably noted that this is not an aligned crown. Yeah, I say, yeah, Rolex could find a solution how to make this happen. You see on the dial applied indexes, of course in gold. The hands are made out of gold, as we are used to see with Rolex watches. There were some criticisms coming in different comments about the double indexes. Yeah, do you like them? Do you don't like them? I think you have to have the watch on the wrist, and the overall aesthetics, the overall design is absolutely perfect. There's nothing I would want to criticize. Yes, you have Chromalite, the Rolex own material they're using to give those watches readability in darkness. Of course, we do have a dark shot. Yeah, amazing, as you see, looking gorgeous. This blue-green emission of chromolite. Long-lasting emission, I have to say, very long-lasting emission. I've been wearing the watch now for a couple of days. I literally was waiting for to add it to my personal collection. Why have I been waiting for such a watch? Because it's unexpected what you see. You don't expect fancy color dials on a Rolex. This is what makes this watch so different, so absolutely desirable, or made it so desirable for me. I wanted to have this little extra. And people look at your wrist, and I think some of them wouldn't even realize that you're wearing a Rolex, because if they are not aware of the fact that Rolex is manufacturing watches with such fancy or colored dials, they wouldn't even think about it. So this is what made the watch so interesting for me. It's cool. I had some real, first cool discussions or questions coming from people seeing me wearing the watch. Cool thing at least, and a watch I really wanted to put to my collection. 5,550 euro, including VAT here in Austria, is the official retail price. Please guys, never ever buy a Rolex watch for any silly price from any of those greedy resellers. Don't do it. Don't play the game. Stop helping them grow their business. Wait for your watches, you will get them. You have to be patient, and if you're confronted with an AD that tries to fool you, there are many authorized dealers, and there are also honest authorized dealers that will sell you the watch once they get them and not sell them to anyone else playing silly games. So stay cool, stay relaxed, you will get yours. I also waited for an entire year, and I have it, and I'm happy. So what do you think? Was it a good decision to buy the watch? Would you agree? Would you also buy it? Let's discuss this as always in the comment section. Let me know your 2 cents, your thoughts, ask questions if you have some. And thanks for watching another video on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. Stay tuned for much more to come. And bye-bye for now.